Good morning, everyone. Hi, pregame crew. How are y'all doing? I will wait for the thumbs up that you can hear me a-okay and see my screen. Everything should be working. Kill that. Hi, Tim Pecourt. Jorge, thank you for the thumbs up. Madison. Peter, hi, Chris. Andrew, Dragon Man, Sincere Almond, Tony Money, MJ Trader. MJ Trader, I told my mom that you said I sound like John Kennedy. She was like, what a compliment with all my analogies. Thank you. We love him. Hey, Chris. Thanks, Steve and Stefano, Veronica, Eval. I know you're a member and I can't say your name, Eval or Eyal. And hey, Widow Puppy, y'all ready to get started on this Tuesday? Before I forget, I want to remind y'all that we have big data coming out this week. So Thursday, I believe we have the GDP data, and Friday we have some PPI data. Please just confirm what data it is, but it could be market moving data. Something I don't talk about hardly at all is the Trader's Almanac. It's a pretty interesting little book. I have it from Amazon. You can order it. I wouldn't say it provides me with an extreme edge. It's kind of like the naive forecast of what the farmers use. You know, did corn grow this time last year? What were the conditions, the weather? So in quantitative business analysis, that's called in statistics naive forecasting, where you base today's expectations on the same day last year. It's pretty crazy accurate. But it says that we're going to have a great week through Thursday, and then Friday things will go down. I don't trade based on it. It's just fun information to know, and then it makes me go look for any data that could be released this week. So that's what happened this week. The Trader's Almanac says Friday, not so good. And it by the way, it's more than just 1 year of data, lots and lots of years of data, and it says that we could be down on Friday. So made me go look. Please watch your data. You always need to know what type of geopolitical or any type of data that could come out that impact what you're trading. So if you're trading oil, you need to know API estimates come out today at 4:30 Eastern and inventory tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. If you're trading the overall markets and future in gold and the dollar, Forex, you need to know those data points that are coming out Thursday and Friday. So just remember that. Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I always forget to introduce myself. I am part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. So we give you a little bit more of an edge than the Trader's Almanac. We give you setups and structure to your trades, and we teach you ways for you to have an extra edge over the market. So if you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen right now. You can take a screenshot. The yellow line is my 50 simple moving average, purple 200 simple moving average, green is the 8 exponential moving average, and red is 21 EMA. I use the 8 and 21 because it's part of the Fibonacci math series. It happens more often in nature, and I need an extra edge and a faster signal than the 12 and 26 because I'm an options trader. The yellow candles are the JC inside bars, just to highlight them so they bring attention to my eyes, because that means we have stored energy. We have price just compressing within the prior candles range, and it can lead to volatility. Then the CM Ultimate RSI multi-time frame, you can plot multiple time frames of RSI. The red means that it's overbought, green means it's oversold, TTM squeeze, thinkorswim default. That's my Instapot pressure cooker indicator. It lets me know if we're compressing with major energy storage, like shaking up a Coke can, and when you open the can, it could explode, and it could explode all over you on your face or all over your pants. So to the upside or to the downside, we don't necessarily know, but the momentum histogram colors let us know. So I'm going to clear it now. So this is ES 15 minute. We have an EQ 420325 is your support, 4201 is your next support, 4209 is your resistance, and then 4210. And I will leave just a little extra time today. I'm going to try for a request. I know you always want me to go over what you're interested in, and I can appreciate that. So part of the Chart Guys community, we go over that 3 times a day live. Whatever your requests are, if it has a price and a time axis, we can analyze the chart and you get your request answered. This pregame show is part of the format as I go over the Fab Four futures, commodities, cryptos, and movers and shakers of the day that I am watching based on news, technical setups, or both. I know as a trader, if it's someone is a very experienced trader, let's say like Dan, I want to know what Dan's watching for the day. So I think it provides you an extra edge if I think it's a noteworthy setup, that it provides you an edge because I'm an experienced trader, maybe not more experienced than you, but you know what I mean. We can get some really higher quality setups if we focus on what's really moving for the day versus, a name that hasn't seen action in years. So that's the format. And I always end with SPY so you can get the spot levels. I call it spot because I primarily trade futures and I watch the futures charts. I like charts to provide us more data, and futures trade 23 hours a day. So with ES, we have multiple hourly inside bars. So we have one hourly inside bar, and this bar is forming within the prior range. Not quite an inside bar yet until it closes. So key resistance 4209, key support 420325. So overall, what was the story of yesterday? That I ask you, when you leave, please just leave with this narrative. Weekly inside bars, we're looking to break to the upside or downside, and it could set the tone for the whole day. It broke to the upside. So we got a bull break of a weekly inside bar, and typically you're going to get more follow through than just one day. So we got one day of green. So we would expect more follow through. It doesn't have to be sequential. It could be 3 up days, 1 down day, 1 up day. But typically it's more than 1 day follow through. What does that mean? That means for today, I have my bull hat on until the bears prove it with volume. So every day, let me make sure. So every single day that I give you information, as soon as I turn my microphone off, the conditions could change the very next minute. We get data coming in every second in trading. So when you get the setup from me and then you plug it all in, as soon as you receive new data, stay on your toes, remain agile. Don't get so fixated on the levels that this is going to happen. It's always a if this. So in computer programming, if this, then that. And that is what trading is all about. I love to tell you about the setups that work, and I will always try to remind you of the setups that didn't work. I'm not just going to show you the ones that did. However, remember, it's all about data, and right now we're looking bullish. So as of this moment, I'm looking bullish on my day trades beyond futures. So if I'm looking at Amazon, I'm looking bullish. I hope that makes sense. And then the other story of the day before I go to futures, I have to talk about Apple. So Apple, we had a daily inside bar form yesterday with a double top at 127.94. 128. So we have a double top right under the daily 8 EMA, and we're right here at this 0.382 fib retrace. To me, this will be the story of the day. So if Apple breaks bullish, that's going to give that market that tailwind to just lift, because Apple is one of the largest holdings of QQQ, XLK, and even of the Dow. So Apple has his fingers in everything. So if Apple stays within a daily inside range, no big deal. Doesn't mean I'm going to go bearish. But if it rejects hard from the 128 and comes down, then I'm just going to pump the brakes on my bullish trades and just watch and observe. So that is the story of the day for me. So with ES, we have hourly inside bars. That's the most important. Okay, let's play our Fab Four futures who's better game. So NASDAQ has an hourly inside bar. We broke bearish last hour. We broke the low of the prior candle, but we're holding pretty strong. So we have a trend trade. So whenever we're holding the 8 EMA with clear candle closes above, we are in a bull trend trade at this moment. Same thing for the downside. Candle closes below, we're in a bearish trend trade. So right now we're bullish. NASDAQ is bouncing heavier through the night, and ES and RTY are kind of close. I just don't like this RTY chart. we are right under the 4-hour 200 MA, which is an algo level. So 200 MA and 50 MA algos are programmed. You're going to see activity around that, and I can prove it on just about any chart that that's what happens. Rejection, rejection. Now, are we going to reject here? We don't need RTY to go higher, the small caps. We don't need them, but it sure would help. So we have hourly inside bar forming slightly here, slightly as in the candle won't close for 22 more minutes, but your key resistance is 223680, support 223130. Now the ever important NASDAQ, this is just a beautiful chart. On the daily chart, so we ended the week, we had this daily EQ with a slight bull break without a lot of follow through, kind of closed a little red, and then we really shot up. So 13818 is the key resistance for NASDAQ. NASDAQ holds the future for our day and our week, in my opinion, as to whether we're going up or down. So again, let me make sure I give you the key supports on shorter term time frames. 13675, 13665. RTY. Man, that just doesn't look good. Man, if Jay were on the mic, he'd give you some good trend lines. I just don't do them as much. 222960, 22890 are your supports, then 2226. Your key resistance 2236, then 2237. So that's a pretty hard rejection. I hope you can see what I mean when I say hard rejection. Right here at 223740, that was a pretty hard rejection, and we're coming down. Let's see. The volume is picking up, but it's hard to judge volume this time of day because people are just waking up. So it doesn't mean they didn't hate RTY back here or love it. It just means it was low volume. So if this volume is sustained at higher levels for bearish, then I would be looking bearish. RTY. So YM, we got a 15-minute EQ as well. Resistance 34453, 34456. Support 34414. And then 34408. All right. Okay. Oh gosh. Haters gonna hate. Okay. So on gold, last night we had some volume come in. Let me see if I can show you this volume last night. It was huge on the 1 minute chart here. We had, so the average was like 25 contracts per bar, and we had 700 contracts get sold off yesterday. It's like they were trying to trap bulls with, so they had supply, they sold it, pushed it down, and then popped it up. We see this often, of course, on many, many different charts. So overall, what was the time frame I liked on gold? 4 hour. I love this squeeze. We have energy building. So dollar is going to blank or get off the pot today. So if the dollar continues to go down, we have a wedge on a falling wedge on a higher time frame. I won't go over that. But if the dollar were to break bearish from that falling wedge, then gold could get more upside. If dollar were to break bullish, then gold may come down. So overall, I like the 4 hour view on gold. I still have my long position in calls. I shorted it overnight for a small win just to offset my longs in case we opened up red. Your resistance 1890, 1891. Your support 1873 and 1870. All right. Oil. I like to the short side. So again, we have API estimates this afternoon at 4:30. So we have a broadening wedge formation, which means that we have exhaustion. So we get a higher high and the bulls get tired. We get a lower low and the bears get tired. So we are coming up straight from a V-shaped bounce from that bear exhaustion up to 67.02. So I typically don't trade oil frequently, but I would say this is a better setup than usual, a higher conviction setup than usual because the larger time frames. So how you could trade this is right now, if we get an hourly, so we have the high right here on the hourly of 66.06. If we were to break this low of 65.41, you could enter up here and put your stop at say 66.10. And by the way, you can trade QM if you're a futures trader. CL is a really big contract. It requires a lot of margin, and the tick value is through the roof. So if you pick the wrong direction for your trade setup and edge, then it can really hurt you. So I trade QM and sometimes multiple contracts, but just seems more manageable to me. 66.06 is your resistance, and 66.24, 66.36 support, 65.41, and 64.31. Okay. Bitcoin. So we are rejecting from the 4-hour 50 MA. So overall, Dan is calling out the 12-hour for clarity. So he's the crypto man. So I will default to him. We are looking for a higher low relative to 31,111 and then 30,000. Your resistance is at 39966. Let's call that 40,000 and then 42,605. So what we are looking for is that higher low and then potential higher high. Bulls have plenty of room for a higher low. So the most likely scenario is to get that higher low. Okay, ETH. ETH, same scenario. We have plenty of room for a higher low relative to 1728. Let's zoom in a little bit, get a little more clarity. 4-hour 50 MA, as I said, on any chart I can show you rejections by the 50 and 200 because the algos like to use it. So right now we're looking for that 4-hour higher low. How can we position ourselves? So this is how we position ourselves for a potential 4-hour higher low is we look for a trend change. We are looking for a 15-minute higher low, higher high. It's getting real choppy in this area. We don't want chop, we want clarity. Clarity looks like this. Higher low, then get that higher high. Break that 15 minutes. So we're looking on the 15-minute time frame, looking for that trend change to position ourselves for a potential 4-hour higher low. Ain't nobody got time for that display. Just move, keep it moving, keep it moving. All right, Apple. Apple, we talked about this double top. 128 is that key resistance. So now let's always remember the sneaky. The sneaky, I call that, is when we have a resistance level right behind another resistance level. So 128.24 is right behind this 128. So if you set your stop on the short at 128 and then it goes to 128.25 as an example, and then it falls down, then you're frustrated. So just remember, sometimes we have pre-market levels, after hours levels that can serve as resistance because Apple pretty much has decent volume in the pre-market. So with that volume, it makes it a credible resistance level. So just remember that if you're going to look to short that double top on Apple, this is where the broker opens. I disregard those lower wicks because it's just broker open liquidity issues. Support 127.65, 127.58. I wouldn't be overly eager to short Apple because we are in an uptrend. All right. We have 5 more minutes. I'll try to barrel through these tickers and then get to your request. So AMD overall looks bearish. So when I look on the daily, it's just battling right here at the 21 EMA, trying to get over. We have the 50 MA overhead. So AMD overall looks bearish. So it's getting real tight. 78.20 and then 78.93 are your resistances. We got this double top here of 78.01 before the after hours levels. So if it could pop up into 78.20 and 78.01 and the market is seeing weakness, this could be a potential short. We do have a squeeze forming, so caution, caution. I would only short this. So I'm looking to short AMD if the market were to get soft. I'm not going short AMD if the market is long. So stick with that narrative. You got to keep your correlations straight. BA had news being ordered, 14 planes or something. So 241.10 is your key resistance. And this is a name the bears love to hate. So we still have a 50 MA making a slight frowny face overhead. And I always draw the eyes and nose just to give us that sentiment. So key moving averages overhead, 241.10 is that key resistance. They did get good news. So, but let's look at what this bounce is. I didn't do this earlier. So this bounce from the low, we have had approximately 9% bounce on BA in 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days. That's a big move for BA. So if we were to run right into that 241.10, the bears could possibly pile on. Great news, but if the market were looking soft, and specifically YM, so I'm looking at the Dow. So if the Dow were to get soft, then BA may be a short at 241.10. Yes, they got positive news. They get these little 14, not little, but plain orders here and there, and then it spikes up, and then it gets shorted. Here, I think this was an order level. This could have been one, I'm not sure, but I know one of the two was an order, and it got shorted. So just look for that phenomenon with BA. Coin. Coin is my favorite. Is my favorite setup of the day. I drew this out this morning. You remember we talked about here yesterday? We were opening up in the middle of Friday's range, and I referenced the Whirlpool washing machine. It could just throw you around within an inside bar. You get tossed around. I call it bangarang or Whirlpool washing machine, whatever you want to call it, where price action just looks like a drunk girl stumbling home from the bar. I mean, so that's what yesterday's action was, but we have clear levels today. 231, and then I'm going to call it 233 because we know coin likes to overshoot a little bit. So 231 and 233 are your key resistances. Support 226, 225, 224. Yes, I'm rounding off. I'm keeping it simple. So if we were to pull back, and they got initiation of coverage today and a price target raise or something like that. If we were to pull back to 226 or 225, it may be a long, especially if the market is going up. So coin is my favorite setup for the day. I wasn't going to cover this, but it just turned out too beautiful. So yesterday, I hope y'all got the 1217 double bottom that I referenced in pre-market yesterday as a perfect bottom fish opportunity on the Fast and Furious weekend news, international largest open since the pandemic started. And what was the clue this would keep going? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. It's this volume. Volume told us this was squeezing. The bulls showed up. That 1217 was literally the best setup I've given since I started the pregame show. And I'm not saying I gave it, the market gave it. So it was just a beautiful follow through. I hope one of you got it. If Jason is feeling generous this morning, I don't know if he's feeling generous. We do throttle our membership, but if he wants to give out an AMC discount code to one of our pregame listeners for TCG membership, I would welcome that. It was just a beautiful trade, and I hope y'all got it. Google looks beautiful. Google with a potential weekly bull flag. Potential weekly bull flag. We have resistance at 2381, 2431. We have support at 2193. So we're gapping up on, let's kind of zoom in here. You see Google compared to BA, it's had a nice move, but it doesn't look super extended. So that BA move was what, 9%? And we're at 8%. So 2373.89 is your resistance and 2381.55. If you're looking to short technology, I would not be looking at Google or Facebook. They are positioned better than other names. Okay, looking at mRNA. mRNA had positive news today. They are found efficacy in treating adolescents because they are adolescents as well, with the COVID vaccine. So we have resistance of 169.60. We broke that in pre-market, but I don't count that pre-market. 170.36 is your resistance. We need to break it during regular trading hours. I don't know if this was a valid level based on volume after hours. 180.70 would be your next resistance after 170.36. So this may be a buy on a pullback because this is just classic bull flag formation here. So if we were to pull back as far as 166.80, looking left with Lamont and Lori, we like to look left. Prior resistance could serve as support on a pullback, but that would be just a little bit too much of a pullback for a bull flag. However, I would look for mRNA to the long side. All right, Tilray, Dan is watching this. Not going to take credit for finding this one. He's watching this really tightening formation. 1544, 1556, your key resistance support. 1462, $14. Well, actually, I'd use this one. 1462, then 1446, $14 psychological, then 1379. Basically, we have this tightening range, and when we see this, what do we know to automatically look for? TTM squeeze. We know we have energy building. So when it explodes to the upside, longer in place, higher in space, or if it were to go to the downside, it could also get volatility. We can't predict the future. We're always getting new data every minute. Every minute the market's open, we're getting new data. So watch for Tilray for a potential swing long. We are looking for money to flow into the growth sectors. Tesla had a beautiful day yesterday, but I don't want to lose perspective on Tesla. We have the 21 EMA and we have a downtrending 21 EMA that we're coming up to test. Yes, we had a bullish outside candle yesterday where the range engulfed Friday's range. We had nice bull volume, but I'm not going to get uber bullish on Tesla because we're approaching the 21 EMA from the underside. So 613, 614.48 are your resistances. Support is at 607.50, 603.40. SPY, your resistance is at 240.64. And your support, y'all know at the end I get a little sluggish. Coffee's wearing off. Okay, so if you want to screenshot that for your resistances, let me give you one more. 420.59, 420.64, support 419.90, 419.68. Okay, so let me go. I said I was going to get your question. Someone asked for Mara. Okay, Mara. That's right, illegal transfer. No one can predict the future. Okay, so if you got that screenshot, now I'm going to go to Mara. Mara resistance is up at, I'm going to map it. Okay, Mahed? Let me see. Oh, I know how to say your name. I got it right one time. Okay, so screenshot it if you like. 2258, 2264, 2320. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. 25% discount if any of you are interested in joining the chart, guys. We had some great trades in the community yesterday. I posted an Amazon short, a resistance opportunity, short opportunity. So we just have a fun time over there. Okay, who else? Any other questions? Okay, let me make sure I gave you everything you need to know about Bitcoin. Right now, this is not the 15-minute trend change we want to see. So this is a trend trade to the downside. You see this 8 EMA, and you can map with your 12, whatever. The EMA is above, so the bears have it. We have to get a candle close above. So let's say you're not great at identifying 15-minute higher highs, higher lows. Let's say you're not good at that. And that's okay. I obviously wasn't good at it when I started. Jason can tell you. We learn. So if you're not good at that, then how can you trade this? Wait for a candle close above. Let me draw this well. This may help somebody. So wait for a candle close. So that's our candle. So if this is the 8 EMA, we want a candle close above. Candle close above, then you can get in and then get out if there's a candle close below. And I'm saying close. So right now, this candle, look at my clock right here, 5:55. We have 5 minutes until this candle closes, this 15-minute candle closes. So we want candle closes only, candle close above the 8 EMA. It means the bulls are fighting to change the trend. Okay, XLF. And then we got to jump over in 4 minutes. Dan will be live. XLF, 37.86, clear as mud. Just kidding. It's crystal clear that is the resistance. Let me zoom out a little bit. So 37.86 and then 38.06 are your clear resistances on XLF and this daily EQ. 37.77, 37.73 are your support, then target. That's okay, TR Kobe. Don't regret anything you stop out of. Do not regret that. Stop outs are necessary. It's absolutely necessary as part of trading. Target is one of our TCG swing report names, and it's just had an unbelievable move. We did close yesterday with an upper wick of profit taking and a red candle. So just bears will be looking for some type of confirmation of this candle today. So Target overall, I wouldn't get uber bearish on it, but it is pretty extended. Resistance 228, they're not 39, 228.50, support 225.24, 225.09. If you're in Target and you were back in, let's say from the swing report back here, wherever we were, it's pretty far down there. If you're in from over there, then yes, I would be taking a little bit of profit. Always sell into strength. All right, that's it. 3 minutes until Dan goes live. Thank you all for joining me. Y'all know I bring a lot of passion and energy to this. I absolutely love it, and I want to help y'all as much as possible. Safe trading and use stop losses.